Plaintiff Scheherazade Manigault says after she broke up with her children's father, he started dating the defendant. Scheherazade claims the defendant and her ex kidnapped her children for 31 days, and Scheherazade is suing her today for a bail bond and false imprisonment. Defendant Jennifer Gonzalez says the reason her fiancé broke up with Scheherazade is because she had sex with his best friend. Jennifer claims she had Scheherazade arrested after she jumped her and attacked her, and she's countersuing for defamation and harassment.
Start with you.
All right, so this all started April of 2011. Me and my baby's father, we broke up. He was using drugs, he was running the streets, he didn't want to take care of his kids. Around October, girlfriend Jennifer and Sean, they end up kidnapping my kids for 31 days. They're only supposed to have the kids for the weekend of Halloween, around October 31st. So around end of November, she calls the police and she says that I fought her. And so they issued out a warrant. I had to turn myself in. I went to jail for a whole day. Mind you, I didn't see my kids for 31 days. So this girl has just made my life a living hell.
All right, hear from you.
First off, I would like to say that I'm not a homewrecker. Miss Manigault has made it clear to people that I was a homewrecker. Sean and Miss Manigault are not together because she slept with his best friend. So he discontinued both relationships on the best of him and the children.
Do you want to respond to that?
That never happened.
Okay.
That was not his best friend.
No, I'm sorry, his friend. Anyways, Your Honor, me and Miss Manigault have known
stand
each
up there
other.
referring to you. State your name.
Sean Brown.
What do you want to say about this reference to you? About
Just saying,
this?
I want to let you know, Your Honor, that is correct. She slept with one of my best friends. Might not have been my best friend, but it was one of my best friends. So we had split up, and she just been making my fiance's life hell.
Okay. All right, let me allow her to finish.
These problems didn't come up until Mr. Brown decided he wanted to have his children. Miss Manigault had stopped his visitations, and he took his children. There was no court order in place. There was no direct time that the children were supposed to be turned. A father cannot kidnap something that belongs to him. That's all
not
I'm
true.
saying.
That's not true.
Well, there's no court order in place, so if he's on the birth certificate, it's both their children until a court order is entered, right?
Well, I don't know if it's a court order entered or not.
Oh, there wasn't at the time, and
How
then.
you know? You're not the mother?
Oh, well, no, I was when he was with me is when they
Let's
started the
stick to
paperwork.
you, what you and her have done. Don't try to determine what her business is with her, the father of her child and the children.
Okay, well.
You and her, the two of you, all right? So,
Miss
just tell me-
Manigault, we went to court for family court, and she had Sean put in jail on some lies. And then she had me kicked out of the courtroom. So I waited outside,
Why?
Because she said I was in her business. She didn't want
Who
me
did
in her
she tell
business.
that to?
To the court mediator.
And they put you out?
And they asked me to step out, and I did.
Right,
I did. I
okay.
don't want to
All
cause
right,
any
well, I'm
problems.
not. You can go ahead,
You know,
but as long as
so
you don't
I
talk
left.
about their business, I'll let you stay too.
So I left the
But
courtroom.
you see what I was going to? One court put you out for doing the same thing I just asked you not to do.
Well,
So go ahead.
when I
Getting
had
in their
left-
business. Go
When
ahead.
I had left the courtroom, I got a text message from Miss Manigault, and she said Sean's really in jail this time. So I went home to go get my money and get my stuff together so I could get him out. And she met me at the park that was a half a block away from my house.
The park?
The park. I was walking over a bridge from 10th Avenue to 11th Avenue. And as I crossed the bridge, she side hit me like a linebacker. She tackled me, and then she started punching me. She
She a
started
big girl.
punching me. And because she was on top of me, I struggled. She
Now,
weighs
this
more
was
than
which
me.
date, ma'am?
This was November
Approximately?
29th of 2011.
The fight she referred to?
Yes.
All right. Let me stop there. Ma'am, how did you come to see her that day on November 29th?
It's funny, November 29th at 12:45 to 1:45, I was at the police station meeting with my detective when supposedly I was beating her up. I don't fight. That never happened.
Did you say you all had a fight in November?
We never had a fight. A physical altercation, no.
Oh, okay.
It was so crazy
She
because I was
alleged you had.
She alleged she's
And you were arrested, but ultimately it was dismissed?
dismissed because they had pictures of me at the police station at the time that she said I beat her up.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a victim's advocate who calls in cases such as this, and the victim advocate called me, and I told her I did not want to pursue charges on Miss Manigault because her children are in my home. She needs to be a mother to her children. She told me the state would continue to pick up the charges, and the only way the charges would be dismissed is if I did not show up to court, so therefore I did not show up to
Anyone
court.
have the police report on this fight? Let's see it, please. because certainly that's what you're suing for, the bail bond and the false imprisonment. This is your report. I was walking up to go to my house. So I passed the park. I was attacked by my friend's ex-girlfriend. She grabbed me and punched me in my face. I tried jumping myself only for her to throw me to the ground and kick me in my stomach. We exchanged blows and she got up and ran to her car and headed north to Colfax. All right, did the police come and talk to you about it?
No.
Do you know whether the police spoke to her about it?
I do not know. I know that when I did the report, they did take pictures and whatnot.
Of your
Of my
injury?
face, yes.
You have it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, let's see it.
If you'll notice in half of the pictures, there's a bald spot in one of them from her ripping my hair out. And then it shows my black eye and scratches all over my face.
That's a lie. I was at the police station when that happened.
Did you ever hear what may have happened?
No, I didn't hear.
Sir, you want to stand? Let me ask you. Have you been told of this incident? And what is your understanding of everything that went down?
Yeah, as soon as I had got released from jail, I got home and my fiance, she was bruised up and everything. I asked her what had happened. She said that her and her had jumped her.
Did she say what happened, though?
Yeah, well, she told me that she just got rushed out of nowhere. I was in jail at the time.
She said she was walking home, or?
Well, she said she was walking, minding her own business, going home.
All right. On the day and time in which you all are discussing. So it either happened or you just decided to cut your face, scratch yourself up, and go to the police and say she did it. All right. What were the circumstances behind your release?
So I turned myself in around 8 a.m.-ish. I get out around 6 p.m. I was released. January 2nd of 2012, I went to court. The DA told me to leave. They had pictures of me at the police station. I didn't see the judge. There was no she didn't show up, it got dismissed. They just told me to go home before I was even able to see the judge.
Okay, she didn't tell you why?
No.
She said she didn't show up, and that's why. And that sounds correct.
It's both their children until a court order is entered, right?
Oh, well, I don't know if it's a court order entered or not.
Well, there wasn't at the time. And
How
then,
you know? You're not the mother.
Oh, well, no, I was when he was with me is when they
let's
started the
stick to
paperwork.
you, what you and her have done. Don't try to determine what her business is with her, the father of her child and the children.
Defendant Jennifer Gonzalez is being sued by her fiance's ex-girlfriend, who claims she called Child Protective Services on Jennifer for abusing her children.
So you believe she owes you because you think this was a false claim she made?
I know it was a false claim.
Okay, did you tell the police that she filed a false police report? I want charges filed against her. Did you tell them
Yes.
that? And what did they tell you?
That it'll be considered retaliation.
All right, and your counterclaim for defamation, how does she owe you?
Everywhere I've had to move 4 times in the past 2.5 years because she continuously sends police, social services, random friends to my house.
Starting when?
Starting December of 2011. It was October 2011. I had just made steak dinners for me and my whole family, and I get pizza knocking at my door with 10 pizzas for a Sean Brown. We just ate steak dinners. We didn't order this. Come to find out, Miss Manigo had gave them my number, pretended to be me, and asked what address they had on file for me, and then she wrote it down and started stalking.
How do you know it was her that called for the pizza?
Because she admitted to me the other day. I asked her how she got I was like, how did you even get my address? And she was like, I did a reverse search because I wanted my kids. I can understand that. I'm a parent.
My ex-boyfriend did it. He got her address.
Why?
Because
Why did
they
he do
kidnapped
that?
my kids for 31 days. I was a concerned parent.
Your boyfriend, obviously with your understanding, calling and setting up a person to receive 10 pieces that they didn't order, and I ask you why, and your response is because they took my kids for 31 days. You made sure that they were punished.
Exactly.
That was your response. Why were these pizzas sent because they took my kids for 31 days.
To find out if you
Ma'am,
call
that's
people.
enough, ma'am. You're not talking reasonably. What else, ma'am, has she done to defame and harass you?
Miss Manigo, on April of 2012, it was set up through the family courts that both parents are not allowed to attend drop-offs and pickups for the kids. They would have to utilize a third party because they were in such high conflict. Miss Manigo decided she wanted to show up, pulled in behind me, blocked my vehicle, and Miss Manigo ran in the police station and told them that I was threatening her outside of the police station. So I went in, and that's when I was arrested on the spot. Miss Manigo did.
Were you arrested?
Yes, sir. I was arrested for disturbing the peace and violation of restraining
What happened
order.
to your case?
The district attorney looked at her and says, you have lack of evidence because in the police recordings, I never even stepped out my vehicle nor lowered my
All right,
window.
so far all we have is 2 cases dismissed and 10 pizzas ordered. What else?
Well, no, actually, there was another case. She also called social services on me. Social services comes to my house, drops. They make my kids and her kids get undressed completely so they can check the children.
Let's see that. And what was the result?
The results, it shows that Miss Manigo, right here. Oh, wait, this is from this
Ma'am, what do you
phone.
say about this, calling social services?
This is her
My
reporting it to
5-year-old
social
son
services.
told me that Jennifer, anytime we be bad, she puts our heads in a toilet. I said, really?
This right here is from when the last case we just got dismissed. She called them on me again and made similar allegations. Number 2 on this paper will tell you that it's already been proven and social services still has the children in our home. Her children have never had one bump, bruise, laceration, scratch, or anything. And if I was abusing her children, she gets them every weekend. Why were they not taken to an emergency room?
Ma'am, why does the dad have custody and not you? Usually the mother does.
It's
Exactly.
50-50 custody.
No.
You have that
50-50
document?
custody.
Because that's
Yes.
not what it appears from all the orders and all the information I'm reading.
I also have another.
Sir, you want to speak on that? Is it 50-50 shared custody?
Well, I have all the
Decision-making.
decision-making rights and everything with my children.
Why?
Because I'm stable.
You live with the neighborhood drug dealer, smoker.
Got my own townhouse,
with the
Your Honor.
alcohol and a alcoholic and a
Respondent has been
crackhead.
abusing the kids for the last 2 years. Respondent failed to show. Respondent does not appear.
And that's when she had the children. She had lied and took
You said
custody
all
back.
these things and didn't show up, man?
And that's why the judge
You
reverted the
said all these
custody back
things
to
about her
dad.
and didn't show up?
I was running late. I didn't have a vehicle.
And
I showed up.
They didn't say you came late, ma'am. They
I
say you
showed-
didn't show up.
I showed up.
Social services dropped a UA on me and my fiance, and we passed because she claimed that we were druggies. We took one on the spot. It was random and was not even required. We did that just to show them the kids are in a safe environment. I have 3 children of my own. You know, that her children are not the only children that need attending to. But I do feel that it is a big problem when my children are being stripped down because she got a wild hair up her butt.
Ma'am, you've shown me evidence that you were attacked. I believe you. That you were attacked, and I believe she did it. So I am, ma'am, going to dismiss your bail bond and your false imprisonment claim. And I believe that she has defamed you and harassed you with these police reports, had you arrested, didn't show up for these hearings. So I'm going to grant you your judgment for $5,000 for the harassment, defamation, and all the things you've had to endure. Your claim is dismissed. Hers is granted. Have a good day.
They put her to the left because she knows she ain't right. That's why they put her there.
Well, hopefully we
left.
can continue life with no more drama. Hopefully.
Hopefully she don't make any false report charges on anybody else.
Hopefully I don't have a warrant for me when I go to Denver.
Hopefully the sheriffs are watching this and they know that she's lying.